Live from the internet and recorded on June 13, 2018, this is the Crystal Chronicles, episode number 13. The Crystal Chronicles, your official and unofficial Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia podcast. My name is Pierre, and I'm joined as usual by my good friend Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Pierre. Hey, Twitchers. Hey, Dissidians. I think we are now officially the unofficial podcast of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, since we were gifted with swag and giveaways.
We did, and if you are live with us on Twitch right now, that's twitch.tv/The Crystal Chronicles. You might want to hang on with us, or actually just stay with us till the end of the show. We're going to be giving away one Dissidia NT jump code at the end of the show for those live with us on Twitch. And we'll be giving another one during the week. We'll give the details at the end of the show. And rumor is we actually have more codes to give away the week after that. So
the rumor that we started. Because it's true.
Big kudos to the Square Enix Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia social team for hooking us with those NT codes. We did not keep any for ourselves. It's all for the fans, all for the listeners.
We don't play on Android. So.
Well, here's the funny thing.
You.
While I was talking with the Square Enix folks, a listener went out of his way and actually sent me a code for us to use ourselves. So I want to give a major shout out and thank you to Reddit user Dataloss for the code that he sent us. And unfortunately, you did not have an Android device, so I had to keep it for myself and use it. So I am now the proud owner of a Cloud Buster Sword.
And remind us what comes in the jumping off pack.
I will for sure. So, in the jumping off pack, first of all, obviously you have the Buster Sword. That's Cloud 35 CP weapon. Let me show it to you here real quick. If you are live with us, bring up my iPhone. So here we go. View cell. It's not fully limit broke yet. It should. I'm terrible, I know. So this is the Buster Sword. Basically, deals slightly more brave damage with cross slash and finishing touch. It's a pretty kick-ass weapon, I gotta say. It looks nice. It works nice. It's just an all-around great weapon. Now, obviously, there's more goodies to it. That's not where it ends. You actually get 100, what they call the equipment.
Higher power orbs.
Higher power orb. Thank you very much. And you get 4 power stones. That's the power stone. That's basically what you use to make your weapons more awesome. To get, if you have multiple of the same weapon, you can join them together and make them stronger. If you do not, you can use 4 power stones to hone them one level. So you get that, and you get a sum of money. Just gonna tell you real quick.
Cash.
Yeah, you've got some mad cash. It get added as well. Let me just get the link real quick. It's loading up. Doobie 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 doo. Come on.
It's very exciting.
Okay.
You should want that.
So, the Buster Sword, you get that. The 4 power stones, 100 higher power orbs, and 200,000 gil. So, pretty badass. Now, I played Dissidia on an iPhone, but I was able to get the code. You have to do it on an Android device. So you have to link, if you're an iPhone user, you have to link your account on Facebook. Then you transfer you redeem the code on Android. You transfer your data there. Then you delete the game from your iPhone and re-download it and resync it. It's a lot of trouble, but for Buster Sword, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
So
Very
again,
nice.
thank you Reddit user Dataloss for the code that you sent us for us. Thank you Square Enix for the codes that you sent us for listeners. Again, stick on till the end of the show for the code we'll be giving away live to those live with us on Twitch. And keep an eye out at the end if you are listening to the audio or on YouTube or anything, because you can still win a code.
Still win.
Yeah, you can still win. We've got you right there. We know not everybody can make it live, so
We have more than 2.
oh, that's the rumor
I
that we
mean, we
started.
have at least 2.
We might have more.
We might have more.
We might.
You never know.
You never know. Okay, so moving
They
on.
have to be redeemed by June 30th.
Oh,
So
you're correct.
we will give them all out by then.
Yeah, after the end of the month, they will no longer be working. So if you don't do it quickly, you might end up having nothing. E3 is going on. That's the big gaming show that happens every year. Obviously, Square Enix is present at E3. They're twitching live with a whole bunch of game announcements and previews and everything. We were both listening to the stream earlier. There's the whole Star Ocean game that kind of looked neat, but won't be. We probably won't be playing because while it did look neat, I guess it lacked the sentimental, emotional attachment that we have to Final Fantasy. So
yeah, so we had Kingdom Hearts 3 announced, the actual release date, and some additional gameplay and pics and stuff. We had the Star Ocean mobile game, which is very similar stylized to Brave Exvius, but just really much better graphics, not pixelated graphics, really high quality. I think Tomb Raider, that's Square, right? Or is that Capcom?
no, that's Square Enix.
Yeah, so another Tomb Raider game. I think there was some Final Fantasy 15 updates and maybe 14. Is 14 still going, right? People still play 14, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, some 14 updates. What am I missing? Dragon Quest 11. If you're a big Dragon Quest fan. The Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Dragon Quest crossover, because FFBE loves its crossover events. And I don't know if that's all of it, but at last, yes, there was a 45-minute block of Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia panel fun for the whole family. And we were tuned in, and we learned a lot about the game. It's a game that you play on your phone. It has a whole bunch of different characters you can play from all of the Final Fantasy volumes. It's really great. I mean, you brave attack and HP attack, just like the old Dissidia games. So, learned a lot about that.
All right, we lost Mark for a couple of seconds, and there he is. So
we did learn a couple things. We first learned that we don't necessarily know which characters are from Final Fantasy VI. Because we were doing a co-op event. There was a pop-up in our game that said there's going to be a special event during this time. It was about 45 minutes where they're going to do co-op, and if 50% of the characters, and it was the level 60 co-op quest, an unwelcome return, so the regular co-op quests. If 50% of the characters were Final Fantasy VI characters, then everybody in Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia would get some prizes. So people kept bringing lightning. So we almost...
Wait, lightning is not from Final Fantasy VI? Is that what you're saying? I think we lost Mark again. So, yeah, a lot of people were using lightning in from what I know, we did make it. Everybody is gonna get the rewards, but from what I was able to grasp, we barely made it past
Yes.
50%. So I guess
Yes.
we got trolled there a little bit.
But everyone will be receiving 4 power stones,
Uh,
5 armor tokens,
yeah, it's something like that. Let me look real quick what it was. Brum, 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 brum.
some higher power orbs, maybe.
Uh, um, yeah, we are not prepared. This is not great. Come on, we should have known this. Okay, so yeah, I can't find it. So yeah, we'll be getting power stones. That's what really matters. Maybe someone on Twitch can link what we'll be getting, but seriously, it's gonna be a lot of nice gifts. And even if you did not attend the live stream, do not worry. You'll be getting the gifts as well. All players will be getting them, I believe, before the end of the month. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, 5 armor tokens.
Oh, 5 armor tokens. So one
4
free armor.
4 power stones and 20 of each higher orb.
That's good.
So there you go.
So
we also had
Thank you for everybody who actually RTFM and brought Final Fantasy VI characters to the co-op.
Yeah. We also got the Q&A from the producer of the game.
And what'd you think of the question that were asked? So what did we learn that we didn't know before?
So one of the questions was, will global catch up to Japan, or will we always be a year behind? And the answer was yes, we will catch up. We are going to get character costumes by August and level 60 awakening by the end of the year.
So we'll catch up, but not really quickly.
Oh, not completely quickly, but we are getting events faster than Japan gets events. At least that's what they say.
Okay.
There was a question about, can the community choose what character's next? So instead of, just them releasing the characters as they release them, can there be a community poll? So they seemed open to that. So it would be like, here's 3 characters. Which one do you want first? Which order do you want them in? So again, they can only do what they have. We're not going to get characters out of order. Will characters like Zaz ever get better?
No, he won't. And a question next. Moving on.
Now, the producer did say that, yes, characters will receive buffs. Old characters will receive buffs when they get a new weapon or when they get their awakening. Obviously, really when they get their awakening, we know. And then, is Mog a bad guy? I don't trust that Moogle. And the producer says he is good at heart. Don't believe whatever you think. He is good at heart. That doesn't mean that he might not kill all of us. But
as long as he does it for good reason at heart.
Yes, he is good at heart. So, another couple things. They did talk about some upcoming things that I didn't necessarily know about. He made a comment which really confused me. He said something to the effect of, and of course it was translated, so it could have been lost in translation. As we know, we're getting Locke later this month. Well, not in global, because Locke isn't even in Japan yet.
So you think he might have been confused and announced...
Well, so what's happening is Locke is being introduced in Japan. Okay. He's like the next character or 2 characters from now. So Locke is coming to Japan, the Japanese version of the game. But we are getting Locke stickers, so emojis. So we're going to get 3 Locke emojis. They say...
I prefer the term treasure hunter.
Yep.
I owe you one, and the other one was...
Yahoo.
Yeah.
Yahoo. Good stickers.
Failed email and search company.
Yeah, which is great. But, yeah, so that was kind of confusing.
Tales to Link on Twitch, I think he has a good point he meant NT because it's true that
Oh,
in the
yes,
NT
yes.
version he's available, I believe, as if you have like the season pass or whatever, and he is coming into the CDNT. So that's what he meant when he said this
Got
month.
it. Got it.
So
Okay, so coming to Dissidia NT, the console version of the game, that is good to know. But we are getting stickers, so that's something.
stick it to me.
Uh, yeah, we are going to get character costumes starting at the end of August,
So
which I
basically,
I didn't know that was a thing in
I
this
didn't know
game.
either.
But,
Until like a week or two ago. But there again, I guess it works kind of like those uh, wardrobe record or what the hell it was called in Record Keeper. It just
yeah.
changes the gear. I want the Yuna kick-ass Tiny B.
Yep.
The X2 dress. So
Yes, we have Dancer Yuna, Gunslinger Yuna. We have a Fancy Pants Van. This is the ones they showed.
oh
And we have a armored Ramza, a more armored Ramza. So if those are costumes you're looking for, yeah,
what is my identity on Twitch says character costume costs money though. They come in gem packs. So if what he's saying is right, it's not something you're gonna get by completing quests or event or anything. They're gonna, they found a way to make you pay for those gems, and it's probably gonna be hidden in some of the chest tier lists. So
interesting.
interesting. Take my money already. Here's my credit card. Just take it. Yeah, no.
Do I get Tiny Bees as a weapon choice for Yuna? Because then I'll be on board with that. Anyway,
I
we're
gotta
also going to
say
get
though,
community. Oh, go ahead.
and Psych Out makes a good point on Twitch. Compared to most of the game, you can actually play Dissidia Opera Omnia for a long time without putting in any money.
Yeah,
And
no
and
doubt.
I'm even talking about like when you're out of stamina or out of anything. I mean, you can keep playing at your heart's will. So as long as they price it nicely to recoup some of that money, I don't think they're being greedy. I mean, you can play for a long, long, long time without spending any money. So I think it's only fair at that point. Now, obviously, if it's in the that's in Canadian dollar, but if it's in the $50 tier, that's going to be a bit lame. But if it's priced decently, then I think we're all for it. I mean, look at Overwatch, look at Heroes of the
Oh
Storm,
yeah.
and all of
Oh yeah.
that.
No, no.
They're charging up the wazoos for these kind of things. So it's how
Yeah.
gaming are these days. You were gonna say?
And they just said there's going to be some community challenge events. So when the community does certain things, we all get bonuses, and then some additional quality of life changes, which they didn't say what they were, but just continuing to improve the game.
Well,
So
we
yeah,
know
that's what we learned.
we know for a fact there's going to be a change that's already in Japan where you can upgrade weapons and armors and probably artifacts a lot faster than clicking 10 things and
Oh,
then
don't
clicking.
skip ahead. Don't skip ahead.
I'm just saying that's probably part of the quality of life
Yeah.
thing that they're going to be doing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, Now we talked last week about the pre-order for the keychains and all of that, and
Yes. Yes.
Square is having a sale, and they're giving you free shipping if you use a
On
code.
on orders of $70 or more.
Okay, so orders of $70 or more, if you want free shipping, put in the code E3 2008. We don't know when it expires, but you know what? Probably, if you're looking to buy something, you might as well get it shipped for free. So
Yeah.
that's
If
all
you're
we're
if
saying.
you're going to pre-order your blind box of Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia figures, then that's like $80 US. So, get free shipping on it. Why not?
There we go.
Yeah.
Does that cover everything about E3 in terms of the Cydia Opera Omnia?
I think so.
They mentioned something on the stream. Uh, And I feel dumb now. They said they mentioned what opera Omnia meant.
Yeah, it means the complete works.
Yeah, the complete works. So
yeah, we've talked about that.
did we?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the first episode we talked about the meaning, the Latin of opera omnia.
I have the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not the literal translation, but that's a decent translation. The complete works.
Okay. I'm being corrected on Twitch. I said that the code was E3 2008. This is not right. The code is E3 2018. So let me get that again. E3 2018.
Yes.
So
it is not 2008.
It doesn't work.
We can party like it's 2008, which we probably wouldn't because there was a terrible recession, but we could if we wanted to.
Yep. Okay. There's a maintenance happening on the game. Is it this night? It's in like in half an hour?
7 hours.
And 7 hours.
Or 6.5 from the time we are recording this.
This is a sad moment, so we're going to take a second in silence to think about the double crystals going away again from us. This is sad. Basically,
heavy-hearted.
Don't expect any big thing from the maintenance. It's probably how they're going to flip the daily quest, from double crystals to the normal ones. And probably just prepare the files for the upcoming event and all of that. So chapter 9 is not dropping tonight. That's not happening. So don't keep your hopes too high. They're just taking away from us the double crystals. That's my understanding as it is. We're not in secret. But I saw you post something on Twitter, you bastard. You went to 999 everywhere.
Yeah, I got straight up 999 in all my crystals.
But why?
I sure did. Why not?
Yeah,
I'm prepared.
Good point.
Why not? I still have like 25 Cycle Quest keys. I still got treasure books. I still have stamina potions. I've been grinding artifacts. I finally got a decent set of artifacts for lightning and a decent set of artifacts for Terra. So I got a couple decent ones for Papa. But oh yeah. So, but I'm down now because I brought Snow up to level 45. So I've got like 33, 34 of my guys at 50-50, and then the rest of them are at 45 crystal strength.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, that last 5 is a heavy investment for characters I may never play as.
Yeah, I know, but it's all part of being a completionist. You want to
It does bug me. Yeah, it bugs me that there's like 12, 13 characters that are not 50-50. But not enough to have spent the time to then continue to grind. But I did grind up all my crystals, so they are ready. So I had enough to level up Snow, and I'll have enough to level up the next couple people.
That's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Speaking of Snow, I heard he's burning with passion in this last event. He does not sing of love, but he's burning with passion.
Yeah, he should get that looked at, actually.
That's probably unhealthy.
Yeah, I mean, some penicillin might help clear that up. Burning. I don't know.
I'm getting.
I love one of my favorite things in this story. We haven't even talked anything about it yet. But in the Snow story, and you know how much I love Final Fantasy 13, I really do.
Especially Hope.
So Zaz and Hope were like completely surprised, and I think Zaz says something like, "Well, we never expected to see you here, Snow." Like, what are you talking about, Zaz? You're here, Hope is here, Vanille's here, Lightning's here. Who? The only other person who's not here is Fang. You're like, well, we didn't expect to see you here, Snow. Like, really, you? Like, maybe Sarah, but really you? Poor Snow. Poor Snow.
So,
I did play, I did play a little bit of Final Fantasy Record Keeper, the new story mode. And so you're like going into the story. It's like the only story mode that we've had after 3 years in that game. And so one of the things you get to play is the scene where Hope's mom dies, um, which so I was super. And then Snow doesn't kill her, but basically kills her. Doesn't save her because he sucks. But
That's harsh.
couldn't save Hope's mom. Couldn't save his girl. Yeah, Hope sucks. Anyway,
But then he saves his girl and she runs away. So.
And then she goes hangs out with time traveling Neanderthal or whatever that guy's deal is. Yeah, he's from the future, but he's like a beast guy raised by Flan. I don't know. The whole
that's the story in 13-2?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. But yeah, so Snow, he's got a nice jacket. He's got like a head thing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the leader of Nora. So that's something.
But how do you like him as a DFFO character?
Yeah, so Snow is from Final Fantasy 13, and he is the
punching bag. He's
passionate sentinel. He really excels at the sentinel paradigm in Final Fantasy 13. So he's the guy that kind of takes in the damage, brings in the attacks. So he's kind of a tank. But he's also kind of an offensive tank in this game. So his one power, the Steel Guard power, is a taunt kind of power where you're attracting attacks, but it's not AoE. So that's the big thing that takes it away from like some other tanks. His is like a single target. It will only impact one boss. And it's not as good in terms of damage reduction as like Warrior of Light, but it does a pretty good job. But he does have this offensive power, unlike Warrior of Light and Galoff, the other two current tanks. He does have this Frost Strike or whatever it's called, the ice damage attack, and it is a Brave plus HP attack, and obviously really good against bosses that are weak to ice. And so he has some utility. He's not the worst character in the world. He's not the best, but he's a situationally pretty decent tank. And if you like Snow, you might want to invest in him and get his weapons up. So his weapons make his powers a little bit better, as most of the characters' weapons do.
Yeah, we have yet to see a character that gets less good with his own weapons.
Yeah, their weapons make them terrible. They like cancel out their abilities. No, yeah, you're terrible though. So,
well, let's talk about his weapons while we're at it, and talk about the draw for that event. Let's see. So, in terms of the draw, so you have Snow's Wild Beard. That's the 15 CP glove that increase the bravery gain. Basically doubles the bravery that you get, and increases the duration of Steel Guard from 5 to 10 turns. And then his 35 CP is Feral Pride, and it increases the bravery gain with Frost Strike. So there we go.
Yeah.
And on that banner you've got Penelo, who's back with Platinum Dagger and Aurikelcum Dirk. And you've got Firion, who's just swinging it with his wing sword. So,
yeah, I co-opted with fully limit broke Penelo. So, yeah, she's something. So she is definitely a support character. I'm not sure she's the best support character, but she's there.
So, well, she's trying her best at being the worst.
Yeah, she's got a good attitude. I mean, that's something.
Well, at least she's got a 35 CP. She could be coming in with. You could be coming in with Firion.
She loves to dance.
She does.
Dance. That'll be on her tombstone. She who loved to dance.
And Snow would say, "He who had the burning passion and succumbed to it."
Yeah, well, that used to happen. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Ask the founding fathers of this nation.
When they used to take, when you were sick and feverish, they used to take your blood out instead of, doing something actually useful. Can you believe that used to be a thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this event isn't super difficult.
Nope.
But
But
the co-op is a little bit more tricky than some of our previous co-ops. I have not fully completed it. I think I'm, I don't know, 800,000 maybe. I'm not quite to the million mark yet. But so if we go into Burning Passion, our boss is
the aggressive turtle.
Aggressive turtle, not a passive turtle, not the apathetic turtle. He is aggressive. And he is aggressive because he does have an AoE brave HP attack that can do a lot of damage. And I have been involved in random co-ops where there has been a total party kill more than once.
Yep.
And I would encourage, we live in this speed meta in co-op where, people are bringing in Cecils and Lightnings and Tituses and Squalls and Prish and, fast, and Sylph and Chocobo. Try to beat it in as many turns. If you're bringing in Cecil, you really need to be careful because this guy is really fast. This turtle, for some reason, is super fast. And he can end Cecil pretty quick here in the first 2 turns, especially if you're doing your Valiant blow and low on life. Yeah, he can end a fully healthy character pretty easily. So, again, it's not the hardest boss, but if you're not being careful, he has some attacks that are really quick. If you let him break the entire party, he can KO one of your characters pretty easily. That being said, you can beat him with 2 characters. I have beaten him with 2 characters several times because someone was not paying attention and died.
Well, I've seen this. It's been mentioned on Twitch just a few seconds ago. It was mentioned on Reddit. It should be common sense. Apparently, it is not. One of the strategy that we've seen in most co-ops since the Chocobo and Sylph meta has been a thing, is as soon as it glows, tap on it as if your life depended on that. Do not do this on Turtle. If he's in his shell, do not summon. Even if you're being called a son of a sub 10 times from another player that doesn't know what the hell he's doing, do not, for the life of anything, summon while he's in his shell. Because you're going to be doing crapotastic damage, and it's just going to be a waste. And then he's going to come out of that shell, and he's going to mop the floor with your dead bones. So wait until...
I did accidentally do that once. So.
Yeah, so did I. But then I realized it was a bad idea. So, learn from our mistakes, people.
I just wasn't paying attention. I'm like, summon, yeah. Oh, he's in his shell. Okay. So... And everyone's like, son of a sub. And I'm like, I know, I'm stupid. I'm the worst.
Koopa.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I know. I'm going to kill him anyway because I'm lightning. So chill out.
Stay calm. So that would be one of the most important strategy. Don't summon if he's in the shell. Would you say this is another event where having at least one Cecil is unavoidable?
No, I've the most times I've beaten it are without any Cecils.
Really?
I've not been seeing. Have you been using a lot of Cecils?
I tried to be the Cecil when we're Cecil less in my party. So. Yeah,
no, I've not had a lot of luck with Cecils.
Yeah, I tried to be the Cecil I want to see in the world.
So, yeah. And I did it a couple times, but I was just not getting the kind of damage dealers that I needed to be Cecil. So,
well, Ensoku on Twitch is saying that his best run was actually with 3 Cecil, and they got over 135k.
Yeah, that's great.
In one run, so that's pretty badass.
Yeah, I mean, if you have 3 people who know what they're doing and you're coordinated, I think, and 3 Cecils could probably do it pretty easily, but... there's some randomness that makes it a little dangerous.
my high score is 65,000, and that was on my first run. And I was like, oh wow, this is a great
Yeah.
co-op. I'm gonna go to town on that one. And I've had shit runs ever since, and that is when we survived. So
Yeah, I've been getting between 40 and 50,000 I think per run. Um, I've been mostly using lightning. I've seen lightnings, I've seen squalls, I've seen Titus, one Penelo, oddly enough. I don't think I've seen any snow, oddly enough. And snow might actually help. I mean,
I
he does
actually,
ice,
he was
he
part
does
of my
ice
first run.
damage.
He was
You
great.
know, this steel guard probably would help focus the turtle's attacks.
Well, exactly, because as I was doing the Valiant Blow, the snow was making sure to pile on the damage, so
Yeah,
my Cecil could, go to town as much as he wanted because he was out of harm's way.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I have not run into any. But yeah, again, it's not the most difficult co-op, but it's just you got to pay attention and know what you're doing a little bit because he does have a good healthy chunk of HP and he has some pretty powerful attacks if you're not paying attention. And he's got a lot of speed. He's got a pretty high speed comparatively. So beware and grind for those armor tokens and extra tickets and everything you want. 1,600,000 is as much as you can get.
Well, as much
And
as
I said,
does it
oh,
cap
go ahead.
or it just doesn't give you anything after that
Oh,
point?
you just don't get
Okay.
rewards after that. I have to make a correction from last week. On last week's show, I said your points, your score bonuses, your rewards for high score on Power and Magic Chasm Rising capped at 28,000. That is not correct. I believe the cap was 32,000.
Correct.
So I had to go back and play it again, and I actually played it with Squall, Lightning, Papalamo, and I brought a support Papalamo, and I beat it in, oh man, I beat it in how many turns? I beat it in under 70 turns for a score of 38,000.
That's pretty impressive.
So, yeah, so Papa don't preach.
Papa's your daddy.
But he does have a lot of fire and ice damage, so that was awesome. So yeah, good luck to all those Burning Passion fans out there. Yeah.
Moving on, World of Illusion, Odin. So Odin is finally getting, half of a purpose here. The event is actually super fun because usually World of Illusion is just go in, beat that, grind it till you're dead, and move on. But in that one, there's actually a story to it between Bartz, Galif, and Gilgamesh, and
Yeah.
Mog that tries to get Gilgamesh to join the group, and we won't spoil it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But
Yeah, I almost missed it. That first cutscene when you go into the world of illusion is almost always the same.
it's always the same,
And,
the first one.
and I usually skip it, but I didn't skip it for some reason. And then at the end, there's this little post credit scene, and so Gilgamesh shows up.
At
Yeah.
the end of the first one?
Yeah, yeah, he pops in through a torsion at the end of the very first cutscene.
Huh.
Yeah,
Let me look at that real quick. I skipped the first one. It's the others.
yeah. Well, I usually skip them too, but
Let's see. So they're walking away,
yep.
and what do you know? There's a torsion, and
Oh,
Gilgamesh is right there. That's funny. I totally had missed that.
So have you
Huh.
played this? Have you
Never.
played this event with the music on?
I did.
Yeah.
It's great.
This has
fun.
your favorite. This has your favorite song of all time.
It does.
Battle on the Big Bridge.
Yes, sire.
Pierre cannot get enough of Battle on the Big Bridge. If you have any great remixes of Battle on the Big Bridge, make sure to tweet them to him. If your band in your garage recorded a version, he'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Play it on the show.
Yeah, we could start the show with it. So you played Odin, the EX fight. So you're telling me you already have Odin past level 15?
Yeah, my Odin is level 15. Mhm.
How'd you do that so quickly?
I popped a book of treasures and used a stamina potion
Okay.
on part 6.
Huh.
So
Yeah, because it's
I
it's very easy to grind compared to the freaking lizards from the last one.
yeah, you can kill Gilgamesh without him acting. So in that quest level 60, part 6, Trials of Odin part 6, which is where you get your 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star grinding. Remember, if you want to get the other ones, you need to go back to part 4, the non-specific items. But yeah, the EX, I was able to do that before the show. If you're not there yet, and did we talk about Odin? No.
No, maybe when it was introduced, but we probably skipped, talked about it real quick.
So Odin is such a strange summon that I didn't even think to bring him in the EX battle. Like normally when you're in a world of illusion for the summon you're working on, you bring that summon into the EX battle because, well, the Shiva boss was weak to ice. The Free boss was weak to fire, etc. Well, Gilgamesh isn't weak to anything, right? And Odin really does give you a cool ability, but it's a very specific ability. So Odin raises your attack by 1% when your HP is less than 50%. Well, I don't like my HP to be less than 50%, and I didn't bring Cecil, so that doesn't help me. And his special attack gives swords and whatever they call the Buster Sword type attack times 1.25. So attack times 1.25 for those two weapons. So if you're bringing Squall and Lightning and Titus, he would give during the summon, he would give them attack boost, which is great. And is great for this event because Gilgamesh doesn't have any weakness, right? So it would actually make your attacks better. So there's no reason not to bring him if you don't want to. But again, with Ifrit, you get the plus 20% attack bonus with max health. So
and that's where you like your health to be at.
Yeah, that's where you want your health to be at. And the bosses are not that hard that they're going to be doing. Although those Iron Giants do have that leaping swing and can do damage to you kind of out of nowhere. So yeah, you fight an Iron Giant, you fight a turtle. Papa Lamo two-shot this stupid turtle in EX.
Wow.
Literally two-shot. And he had 2 turns in a row because he got the quick thing. So he went he went Astral Fire, and then he got another turn, Astral Fire, turtle from full health to dead.
Wow. That's
so
pretty
the
cool.
turtle's not very tough. Then you fight a prototype, one of those machines, and it's weak to lightning. So guess who you bring. So you have a giant that's not weak to anything, but that dies pretty easy. You have a turtle that's super weak to fire, a robot that's super weak to ice, and then poor Gilgamesh. He doesn't morph, does he?
He just changed his weapon.
Yeah, so he changes weapons, and he does get Excalibur, so, I mean, I've never seen him use it, but I did see him pull it once. His big thing is he gets this battle stance, which grants him elude, physical damage resist, and magic damage resist, but it doesn't seem to help that much. It's not like he's a dodging machine or he's actually resisting that much damage. So, I mean, if you were really worried about it, you could bring Vanille and Dispel, but I mean, I just destroyed him. It was really sad for him. It was really, really sad. The EX battles have been somewhat difficult. Again, I didn't bring Hope and Zaz and Snow, right? I mean, I brought Papa and Squall and Lightning. So, but I think it's beatable. I did not have any problems with it. If your team is not where my team is, I think you can probably beat it without much of an issue. But
And Soki on Twitch is saying elude is an evasion, elude is the resist to status affecting.
oh, okay, there you
So
go.
that might be
Yeah, this evasion is called evasion, right?
yeah, I think evasion is spell evasion, so
Okay, so he resists status effects. All right, cool. That was why I guess. Well, I guess those characters do cast some status effects, but not really. Yeah.
so walk in the park for you. But there again, it's a known fact that Mark is ridiculously OP'd, so
it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah, if you're, I'm not sure what the common thing is. I like to have all my summons up to level 20, but Odin may be one that you can skip if you're looking to skip one. But while the World of Illusion is there, why not level him up? That's what I say. Level him up.
All right. So we have a draw of the week banner that's going on, and I'd like to have someone from the producing team here and ask what the heck is the logic between the half price banner and sometime it is, sometime it's not.
Yeah, like every other week it's a half price banner, or maybe one of the weekly banners is a half price banner, I guess.
But why? I mean, they're not better banners when it's not half price.
It is not. Yeah, it's 4 15 CP weapons. It is a new 15 CP weapon for Bartz. It's a decent weapon, the Noir Caliber.
Noir Caliber.
Slightly raises attack and speed with mastery and gives that to the party.
Yep.
So it's a nice buff. So I mean, it's a good weapon for Bartz, but
would it really be worth 5,000 gems? I don't think that's a banner you want to draw on.
I don't.
Well, except maybe I know there's someone on Twitch right now that said previously that Bartz was his main guy, so that person probably drawn that banner.
Yeah, Bartz will certainly be usable when he gets his 35 CP weapon, and he's not not bad regardless. I like Bartz quite a bit.
He's not.
Yeah, I have his Choco Blade almost fully limit broken. But
there again, it's the same logic. I would have pulled on it if it was half price. On Twitch, someone's saying, pull on it with your tickets if you want to. Don't pull on it with your hard-earned gems. So it's not a bad.
Yeah.
So.
Some of us are hoarding our tickets too. So.
Really, you're still doing that?
Well, I spent everything on the Lightning event, so I'm regrouping. I'm back up to 20,000 orbs, or 20,000. I definitely don't have 20,000 orbs. Well, I have a lot of 3-star guard orbs. 20,000 gems, and where am I at? 81 tickets. Nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We're going to be talking in half a second of quality of life stuff we'd like to see. How about a button to be able to use 10 tickets? Don't give me the 11 items. I get it. It's free tickets. I'm not getting any. But come on, is there anything worse than
multi-ticket draw button would be real nice. Yeah, even just a 10 ticket, spend 10 tickets. Get 10.
Exactly, and I'm totally fair with not
spend
getting
1, spend 10,
the
spend
extra
5,
item.
whatever.
Just let me do it in bundles of 10 because it's tedious to do it the other way around.
Yeah, it takes a while.
But
spending those
improvements. The question of the week that we announced last week was if you could change one thing about the Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia interface, what would it be? And we're going to start with a reader email. Someone took the time to email us at kupo@tccpodcast.com, and if Gmail decides to be a pal here, we'll be able to read you what he's saying. Mark, would you like to start with your...
Yes, you already said what mine was. I want a way to make leveling artifacts not so incredibly painful.
God, I know, right?
Because when you're leveling hundreds of artifacts, yeah, it's super super painful, and unless you get great or excellent, even if you use the 4-star, you have to do it more than once, and there's no select all or easy select, and it's the same with weapons, with armor and weapons. Having to select it one by one and then having to do it 10 times. I understand with the bonuses, right? That you might want to select less to give you more chance for the bonuses, but it takes a lot of higher power orbs to do a fully limit broken weapon, or armor. So yeah, a select all would be perfect, or a just allowing us to select more than 10 would be great, or I don't know. I mean, I know it's tough with artifacts because you want to kind of pick and choose. Like, I didn't want to use obviously any of my lightning artifacts. I wanted to use the ones I wasn't using. So, but I don't know. Some way to make that process just a little easier would be great.
There's what's his name? Ensoku saying something on Twitch I believe we need to address. He says, I don't even bother with artifacts, wasting hundreds of stamina points for nothing when I could farm orbs instead just seems dumb to me. Ensoku, you are absolutely correct, except when you actually get good, decent artifacts,
Oh
because
yeah.
they can change a game. They make your character a whole lot stronger. Depending on the characters you play, some extra attack really helps, or some of the boosts certain abilities. I mean, they're not total game changers, but it's kind of great. So it's all about how you want to spend those stamina points. But to
Yeah.
me, I mean, it is frustrating because the interface is so clumsy about it. But I believe it can be
It's
definitely worth it.
it's tedious. It's tedious to grind for artifacts. I understand that. I don't mind that. That kind of tedious doesn't bother me. You don't have to get artifacts. You can still play your game. The characters will still be good. The artifacts are going to what separates a great character from an excellent character. There's a small window between your fully limit broke lightning and my fully limit broke lightning with plus 200 attack and 4-star mighty flourish of steel, right? But there is a little bit of a difference. But yeah, the problem is, so I spend 2-3 hours, or let's say I spend half an hour grinding artifacts, and I get 200 artifacts, but then it takes me 2 hours to level up the artifacts. That kind of tedious is kind of unnecessary. So.
All right. We've got an email from Nate for his own interface suggestions. So he said some interface stuff to change. Artifacts in a separate tab. That was my personal one of my change I would like to see. He said also level up multiple crystal level at once instead of one at a time. Oh god, that
Oh
would be
yeah,
so
wow.
great. Especially when
Yeah.
you get those new characters and you try to bring them to like
Yep.
45 or something. Orb
Takes a while.
stacked together so we know exactly how many of each orb we have.
Mm.
And the last change, it's not something that came to my mind, but I thought, when I read that, I thought he had a great point. Notification when friends invite you to co-op, because right now it only shows up if you're on the menu. The
Yeah.
right side starts glowing, and he would like to see it if he's in combat or at
Yeah.
any menu without the side
The
icon.
pop up, maybe.
So
Yeah, I
that,
agree. That'd
that
be
would
good.
kind of be great. I gotta give it to him. So yeah, next week is gonna be our 15th episode. So the question of the week is gonna be positive. I mean, 15 is a good number, and we'll try to be positive about it. So the question of the week next week is going to be, what do you like most about Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia compared to the other Final Fantasy mobile games. So when you compare it to FF Brave Exvius, to Mobius, to Record Keeper, there's, I believe, one or two other Japanese-only games. So what stands out in Dissidia Opera Omnia compared to these games, and why are you playing Opera Omnia more, or why is it your favorite? Or anyway, so that's for next week. If you want to answer that, you can leave us a comment on YouTube. You can send an email at kupo@tccpodcast.com. So there we go. I think we're at the point where we can talk about the NT code giveaway. First off, we're going to be giving away 3 codes next week during our 15th episode. So if you are not, and obviously we'll give a code during the show, and we'll give probably 1 or 2 codes after for those of you listening afterward. So make sure you tune on next week on twitch.tv/The Chronicles, or that you listen to us on your usual podcast listening device. So we'll do something. We're gonna ask you, if you want to win the code on Twitch, to type a word, and after the show we'll pick one of you to win the code. Does that sound fair to you, Mark?
Yeah.
So you have about 2-3 minutes between now and the end of the show, which is coming really quickly. If you want to win a code, type, let's see, Kupo, Kupo, Kupo. So 3 times the word Kupo, and as soon as the show is done recording, we'll pick a winner and contact you in private message. Now,
sounds good.
For those of you listening offline,
listening at home,
we're going to be posting, as with every week, the on Twitter and Facebook. If you want to win a code, either retweet or announcement that usually says the latest episode is now live. So either retweet it or like it on Facebook, and we'll pick one person who did that to win the code.
Yeah, and we'll announce that on next week's show.
Most definitely. So that's our show for us. That was episode 14 of the Crystal Chronicles. Yay. And that's pretty much it. If you want to have more information about us, we're at tccpodcast.com. We record weekly on Twitch. Hopefully you had fun. We sure did. Thank you, everyone on Twitch. Make sure you stay there. We'll conclude the giveaway. In half a second. So that was our show. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Pierre.
And have a great week.